What is up guys, it's your boy Swollam here, back with another classic WoW video. So today we're going to do something quite interesting, and I'll be handing out my predictions for classic hardcore series, when they're coming out, when they're being announced, what they will contain, basically doing all of the bits and pieces that I've been doing in videos and putting them all into one big prediction video. That way, when those servers do get announced or they do come out, I can look back at this video and think that I'm either smart or absolutely stupid, based on whether or not my predictions are correct or not. So without further ado, let's check out what my predictions are. I'm going to just show you all of them, and then we can actually take a look at what is happening, and we can take a look at the dates and talk more about it as well. So here we go, my predictions right now. Okay, here we go boys, so these are my predictions for the hardcore server. So first of all, the date of which I am expecting to get hardcore servers, like not when they're being announced, but when they literally come out, is June 14th or June 21st. I'm going to cheat a little bit here and throw both guesses in there, so if it's either one of those two dates, well, that's my prediction, and the reason why I want to put 2 is that personally I do believe June 14th would be the time that I'm expecting them to come out, but some people might think that's too close to Diablo 4, in which case June 21st could be an alternative. And those 2 dates though could be very interesting, so those are the 2 that I'm going for. You also have the fact that the hardcore servers, like first of all, there's a tournament happening right for hardcore, which is like a community made tournament, and they're hosting their grand finale on May 13th, and Blizzard have said they are making a physical appearance at that tournament finale and hosting an announcement, so official Blizzard physical appearance and doing an announcement on a hardcore tournament. Now that is pretty obvious, it's going to be a hardcore service, right? So if that's being announced on May 13th, Season of Mastery was announced exactly 1 month before it went live, in which case June 14th might actually be realistic. Either way, June 14th or June 21st as a release date, and something I didn't write here, but May 13th as the announcement date. Now, what am I personally predicting the hardcore service to be like? It's going to be death equals ghost, and the reason for this is multiple. First of all, death equals a ghost makes it so if you die, your character isn't like permanently deleted, right? You can still go log on to your character, but it's going to be in ghost form. But if there are achievements, for example, you can then look at your achievements and know what you did on the character, so the time you spent isn't lost. You can basically log in, see what you did before you died, and reminisce about all the times. I also say this because I do think there's going to be a paid transfer to Classic Era. It might not be there at the start, but maybe eventually, but I actually do think it will be there at the start, because Blizzard knows that people will not want to delete their character. Imagine you die at level 59, if a paid transfer costs $10, a lot of people will pay those $10 just to get that character on Classic Era, to be able to play that character later down the line. It's free money for Blizzard, a lot of people will be happy about it, but also death equals ghost could take away part of the idea of hardcore servers. Either way, I'm predicting that to be a thing. Death equals ghost and ghost equals paid transfer to Classic Era. I'm also predicting there to be achievements, and this is something that I've talked about before, but I'm actually thinking this will be here because of several reasons. Like first of all, it's only going to be death equals ghost, there's not going to be more rules at all, but the achievements will alter the way you play. As an example here, an achievement could be to have all the rules we currently have on hardcore be a separate achievement, or a meta achievement, which rewards you with a title. So by doing hardcore and never grouping up, not trading, you get a title. Also, there could be an achievement for Iron Man, for example, so an achievement for Iron Man giving you the title Iron Man, which is based on doing hardcore without ever using a green or blue armor piece or weapon. You have to only use grey and white items all the way from level 1 to level 60, and having the servers be this open, I think will just open up so many more community challenges later down the line, which is where these achievements actually comes in. And like I just just talked about, titles included for those achievements, the Iron Man title, the hardcore title maybe, or the immortal title as well. Different titles rewarding different type of gameplay to allow for different styles of gameplay. So if you want to farm dungeons, you can, but also if you just want to quest, you still can do that too, and get titles based on how you play. This way, everyone can play on the same server without having like 400 different hardcore servers, all containing different rules. We can have one server where everyone can play and still get rewarded for how they play. Now, there is two more things that I'm going to talk about, and the first one is that I'm expecting there to be a mob leash reset in a new zone. And to elaborate on this one super quickly, if someone tries to pull Teramus, for example, out of Blasted Lands, when he gets pulled out of the zone, he will reset back to the spawn location. This way, they will pretty much kill every type of griefing that is using the leash mechanic. So mob leashing, reset when entering a new zone, that way you can't kite Teramus out of Blasted Lands. It's going to fix a lot of the griefing methods out there just by doing this one thing, and it should be somewhat easily codable. One more thing I want to talk about that I did not include in this graphic right here is that I'm expecting there to be an anti-mage boosting mechanic, and what I'm expecting here is that they will literally do exactly what we have for Season of Mastery, or what we had for Season of Mastery, where first of all, there's like a level cap, so if you have someone that's 10 levels higher, I think, or like X amount of levels higher, nobody gets XP, or you get like absolutely no XP at all, right? So boosting doesn't work by default, but also making it so mobs inside dungeons will have immunity to roots, immunity to slows, and even a speed up increase. That way mages can't even farm Sulfuric or Maraudon for gold, and it will literally kill mage farming and mage boosting effectively inside dungeons. So I'm expecting them to literally fork those things, so the changes they made to Season of Mastery for mage boosting, and get them into hardcore servers. That way we won't have mage boosting, we won't have mage farming, and botting as well will be very difficult. If they fix Bubble Hearth, well, bots pretty much can't make it to level 60. Going to level 60 without dying is hard enough by itself. Now try programming a bot to do that. It's going to be really difficult. And by having all these things right here, I think one more thing, yeah, PvP disabled, or maybe the war mode functionality from retail, and I'm actually expecting this to happen, where you can, it's either going to be PvP completely disabled on these servers, so there's no PvP at all, like literally a RP PvE server with no ability to PvP, or you have to physically turn on PvP in your capital city, so Orgrimmar for Horde and Stormwind for Alliance. Basically, exactly how you turn on war mode in retail if you're familiar with retail. Otherwise, it's just literally you have to physically turn it on. So even if you have PvP enabled, I can't target you and get into PvP combat. I have to go to my capital city and manually turn on PvP combat myself. That way they are literally fixing all types of PvP griefing, and by also having the mob leash reset, a lot of the griefing methods are by default fixed, right? So those are pretty much my predictions for the hardcore servers. Let me know your predictions down below, and let me know how correct or stupid or wrong I am in the comments as well. Feel free to roast. Either way, that's pretty much what I have for you today. If you want to catch me live, I'm doing some of these videos live on stream, and I'm also hosting discussions on stream, some interviews on stream, and I'm playing a bunch of hardcore. We got to level 54 on our Warlock the first try, so my first character, level 54, and we're currently working on the second one, which you can see right now is level 26. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment once again, and thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you again very soon.